Hi everyone, it's Mike here. So today I'm going to be playing with some super thick Slap It On from Indigo Blue. I'm going to put a big dollop, yes it is a real word, onto a styrofoam plate. I'm also going to grab a baby wipe and then clean that off because I will be needing that in a little while. And I'm also going to grab some luscious powders. This is the bronze luscious pigment powder, again from Indigo Blue. Now these pigment powders differ slightly to other pigment powders because in here you not only have pigment, but you also have mica and you also have a binder. So these can also be turned into fantastic paints. Now I'm mixing the bronze pigment powder in with that super thick gel medium to create a beautiful shimmering texture paste. As you can see, look at that gorgeous colour showing through. I'm going to do a two-tone on my page today, so I'm pre-mixing this up before I actually get started on the page, and you'll see why in a second. So I'm just going to clean that spatula off, and then I'm also going to grab some more of that gel medium, put some more on the plate. So one half is bronze and this half is going to be gold. So I've got the gold luscious pigment powder as well. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Take a spatula full and just mix that into that super thick gel medium. So this is going to be super shiny when it's finished, because not only does that pigment powder have the mica in, like I said, but I'm using gloss gel medium as well. So the gloss from that gel medium and the mica is going to make this such a shimmering page, hopefully. So I'm just going to tidy away my pigment powders because I don't want to sneeze and throw powder everywhere. I'm just going to pop the plate to one side and bring in my art journal. Today I'm going to be using my 8x8 black journal from Dylusions, and this is the page that I tested out with the bleach a while ago. And I'm also going to be using my new stencil, the Sunrise stencil, which is available on my website, and I'm going to just tape it down onto the page just using a little bit of washi tape, just to create a bit of a hinge at the top. And then using my spatula, I'm going to push that beautiful shimmery bronze colour through the stencil at the centre of the stencil. Now I'm making sure that I've got plenty of the paste on, and I'm also, because the stencils are 350 microns thick, they are quite deep, so you do get a lot of texture and a lot of relief. And I'm then going to add the gold texture paste around the outside to create a kind of corona, a lighter coloured corona around the outside of the stencil, so the flames coming off the sun will be lighter than the body or the sun's face. Mixing the two colours of the texture paste, particularly when you have a high mica content, so it's very shimmery and shiny, is that you get a beautiful multi-toned effect. So just adding a little bit more of the colour into the centre area over the sun's face, and then I'm just going to very lightly just drag the spatula over the top just to make sure that I have got some texture and some depth to that once I remove the stencil. And now it's time for the big reveal. I'm not bothered about that little bit in the corner, it will come off. So the big reveal. Ooh, look at that. But don't forget to wash your stencil straight away. So I could leave this to air dry overnight, but I want to get on and play with it, so I've brought the heat gun in, and after a few minutes it's all beautiful, dry and shimmering. I've popped the page to one side and I've already pre-printed out my quote, my phrase for my page, which is the words from the song You Are My Sunshine. I've already cut them out just with a pair of scissors. I'm just going to go around the edges with this Tuxedo black dual tip marker from Memento. So I'll just show you doing the first one, and then I will jump to the end where I've already completed this action on all 4 strips. So once all the raw edges on my word blocks are completely covered, I'm just going to bring in the triangle collage glue stick from Ranger, and I'm going to stick my word blocks onto my page. For my background, I'm going to use the Goldfinger metallic acrylic paint, again from Indigo Blue, and I'm going to grab a little bit and put it on my craft mat. Don't need a lot for this, and a little bit of a cosmetic sponge. I'm going to load the sponge up, and then using the half-tone dots stencil from TUXEDO, now I believe this is a Dina Wakley design, I'm just going to create a border all the way around all 4 sides of my page just by adding the gold paint through that stencil. Now that I've added the border all the way around the 4 sides of the page, looking at it, I thought to myself, well, I think it needs something else actually inside of the body as well. Now, because I'm using dots, and there are dots around the sun itself, I thought I'd add a few in that space just to create a little bit of extra interest and texture in the background to go with it. So acrylic paint added through a stencil like this doesn't take that long to dry, but just in case, you know I always like to make sure that my pages are completely dry, so I'm just going to give it the once over with the heat gun before I continue on. So looking at the page, I still decided that there was something needed, so I fished out my Signo Gold gel pen. This is exactly the same as the white opaque gel pen, but this time it's gold, a metallic gold. And it still has that broad nib. Now, because I've got circles in the design on the stencil and circles all the way around the border, I thought I'd just finalise off the border by adding some squiggly lines all the way around, and then I decided to also add in some doodle dots around the page 2 to kind of echo the design in the stencil. And now I'm happy because the page looks a little bit more balanced. But you know me, I can't leave well enough alone, so I do tend to add a few extra details right at the very end. And there you go. So all that remains for me to do now is to sign it and date it, and then I'm going to call this page done. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this art journal page come together, and I hope you like my new stencil design, and don't forget you can find the stencil on my website. If you did enjoy watching the video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, share the video with all of your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking that button at the end of the video. And I'd like to thank all of my angels, because without you, this video would not have been possible. Thank you. That's all from me for now. I'll see you all again real soon. Bye for now.